Alright, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about iteration. It's a nice easy step on from what we did yesterday. So let's just clean up a few things first. So we've got our questions and answers here. I just want questions to be in front of answers. I think that makes more sense. First ask the question, then the answer. I'm getting rid of this because we know about this now. Alright, okay, so if you wanted to add to this list of question and answers, you could do something like this. Let's just say, what does MAC address, we better say MAC address, stand for? Alright, and then let's put the answer in here. Okay. So, in order for this to work, now we can just copy and paste this code. And then change these. So you got 0 index, 1 index, and 2. And 2. And now if I run this, let's just... I don't know why this is happening already. Let's just clear it out. Okay, let's run it. Says what does CPU stand for, what does RAM stand for, I'm just going to give the wrong one, and then what does MAC address stand for, and it's media. Let's just get this one right to see that it works. Media access control. Okay, so it works. Okay, you might think that's a good solution, but it really isn't a good solution for many reasons. If you had 1,000 questions, you'd have to have 1,000 copies of this line of code. And let's say for whatever reason you needed to change something, just one thing in here. Let's say the boss said, he wants an exclamation mark at the end of this, right? So now if there's 1,000 of these blocks of code, you got to go change that exclamation mark. The chances of you making a mistake are high. It's tedious. Okay, it's not the right way to do it. But there's a very easy solution to this, and the solution comes in what we call iteration loops. There's different types, and today we're going to be discussing the for loop, and this is how it's going to work. So we're going to say for, and I'm just going to show you the syntax, and then I'll explain how it works. So I'm going to say for item in, alright, and I want to go through the questions array, and then I want it to do something. So basically what it's going to do here is it's going to go through this array, and it's going to run this block of code every single time for every single item in this array. Okay, so let's just make sure it's going to do that. I'm going to print this code ran. Alright, so let's just test this out quickly. You should see this code ran 3 times because it should loop through this for every single question that's in there. Let's see, there we go. This code ran, and it ran 3 times. Okay, good. That's what we wanted. Okay, so now what we can do is this repetitive code. You can see here that this block is exactly the same. If we could just run this block of code 3 times and just change this, then we would be able to not have so much duplicate code. Okay, so we just need a way of keeping track of how many times this loop is ran, and there's a good way to do that. You can actually pass. You can use this function called enumerate. Alright, and enumerate is a function that takes an argument and it returns 2 values. So it's going to count over here, and it's going to return the item, but it's also going to return the index, which is the count. So it's going to say this code's going to run. So I just want to test that this works. I'm going to say print, and we just want to print the index. Alright, and in fact, and then after that, I want to run this here. So let's just say the index and put a space so it's not all crammed together. Get rid of that. Alright, so let's see if this works. And if it works, you should be able to see what's going on here. I'm just going to clear this out and start it over. So what did I do wrong? I made a mistake. Trying to see I don't know. It could be. I just want to see something quickly if this will work. Alright, it worked. So the problem was I was trying to... There were two different types of data there. There was a number, which is what index is, and what I was trying to do, which was a string. And I was confused about whether I wanted to concat them or add them. But anyway, it worked. So it's printing this index. So now we've got a count, and that count fits that. So I don't know if you can see, it should be pretty simple to see what we can do now. We can literally get rid of this whole block of code and put it inside. I'm going to inside this for loop. Make sure you get your indentation at the right level. Okay, now instead of this 0, we want to replace it with the index, and over there too. Okay, so that would mean we should be able to get rid of all that code and still get exactly the same result. And so let's test it out. Wait, so this is obviously the old version. Let's just run it again. Okay, what does CPU stand for? And Mac. Alright, so it all worked, and this time, now it's much simpler. All you got to do is add a question, add an answer, and this will continue to print them all out, no matter how long this list gets, and you'll never have to have this code. And if your boss says, I want this to have an exclamation mark at the end, there's only one place in the whole code that you need to change it, and you will see those results instantly. Oopsie, sorry. There it is. Alright, good job. See you in the next lesson.